everybody, my name is Melissa, and if you're new here, I am a new booktuber, and today I'm going to be talking about some recent May reads that I just finished. And I did not read a whole lot this month, but that's okay. I'm gonna have like a tons more books come in here in June, and my dog is in my lap, so you might see her or you might hear her bell from her collar. So without further ado, let's dive in. The first book that I'm going to be telling you guys about is A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is my first read of any of Sarah J. Maas books, and I am glad that I actually didn't pick this up. So this is about a gal named Fair, and she's a young teen hunter. I think she's 16 in the book. And she is the youngest of her siblings. She has two older sisters, and she lives with her father. And she is a hunter, and her family relies on her for food and money. And she's out hunting, and she sees this deer being hunted by a wolf. Now, for a second, maybe she thought that the wolf could have been a fairy. So she had a split second, decision like, I need to kill this thing or I might die. So she ends up killing the wolf. And later on, a beast comes to her house, demands to know who killed the wolf. And this beast is like big and scary, and it talks. And she comes forward and says, I was the one that slayed him. And because she murdered his kind, that he takes her as kind of like a captive and like a life for a life kind of thing. So he takes her to his land, and it's like a magical world basically. There's a wall that divides the fairies and the humans, and he takes her in, and she still hates the fairy, but the beast turns into like an actual fairy, but it's in human form. And through the book, she starts to not hate the guy and actually starts to like the dude. So she finds out that everybody's wearing a mask, including him. And this mask, you cannot remove it. And it's a curse upon everybody. So she's determined to break this curse, or at least try and help them in any way that she can. So this book was like really, really good. I did give it 3 stars on Goodreads. I just felt like, I don't know, like there could have been like a little bit more, but since it is a series, I'm gonna continue it and see what happens. But I loved the dude, the fairy guy, and I like her compassion for like other beings. And I just really enjoyed this book, and it took me like about 3 days to read it. Like, again, it started like slow in the beginning and then just like really picked up once you start learning new things, and I'm just like, gotta keep going with this. So I really do enjoy this book, and I am glad that I picked this up, and now I'm gonna continue to my next book. The next book that I'm going to be telling you guys about is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmer. Again, I'm just going to be butchering last names. I am sorry. So, this story is about Prince Ren, and he is cursed on his 18th birthday. And he thought it's going to be easy to break the curse. All he has to do is let a girl fall in love with him, and boom, the curse is broken. But he turns into a beast, and he ends up destroying his castle and his family. And that's not good. Obviously, it's not good. But what a way to like start that. So Harper is from our time. She's in Washington, D.C. And she lives with her family. Her mom is dying of cancer. Her father is no longer there. And her brother is kind of picking up where his father left off. and he underestimates her cerebral palsy, so she does walk with a limp. She saves a stranger on the street and ends up getting transported into Prince Ren's magical world. It's like a kind of like, I don't want to say like a hate to love kind of story, but she doesn't like him at first, but then she's okay. But I really like Prince Ren. I do believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's like a very quiet, mysterious character, which I love that in a guy. You're quiet, mysterious, dark past. That's just like little ticks off my, okay, you're my favorite character list. And it's actually a really good story. And this is also a part of a series too. And I think there's the second book is out already, but there's a third one coming, I believe. So this series is still going on, and now I need to read the next one, which I am going to try to read it for my June books. The next story I'm going to be telling you guys about is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is definitely a hate to love romance, and I have to give it to one of my booktubers that recommended this book, because without her, I wouldn't have read this. And I am very, very happy that I read this. So, this story is about Emily, and she relocates for the summer to help her sister recover from an accident. And she volunteers for a local Renaissance fair with her teenage niece. And there she meets a guy named Simon. Now Simon doesn't want anything to do with her. He's just like very stuck up, and she's trying to like talk to him, kind of make some jokes, but he's just like, nope, I don't want anything to do with you. Now when the Renaissance fair comes and he's in costume, he's a pirate, and he is a very, very flirtatious pirate, and he is consistently flirting with Emily. And she doesn't know what to do with that. She's just like, wait a second, you don't like me, and then now you're this completely different person. Who are you? But a romance ensues, and it is a very, very good novel. I did give this a 3, but it's like a high 3, like almost teetering on 4. I just wish there was just a little bit more in the end, but this was like a very, very good read. I read this like so quickly. 2 days is like fast for me, so I don't know if that is considered fast for other people, but I feel like that's fast for me. Anyway, I very much enjoyed this book. The next book I'm going to be telling you guys about is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. Yep, names are not good for me. Anyway, so this was also recommended by another booktuber, and I should have heeded to her warning. So I will let you guys know as well. But let's continue with the plot, because it will be in the plot. So anyway, so Stella has been told that she isn't very good in bed from other men, and they were mean about it. So I do not appreciate that. And her mom wants grandkids, so Stella thinks that in order for her to have like a really good relationship, she needs to be good in bed, and she doesn't want to mess up. So she hires a male escort named Michael. Now Michael I really, really liked. I liked his past, and just how he spoke to Stella. I really did enjoy this book. Now here's the warning, because he is a male escort, and because she was told that she isn't good in bed, this is very, very, very steamy. There is a lot of adult things in there, and there's quite a few scenes of that thing. So if you're like me that isn't like fond of those, you might want to, I kind of like skimmed the parts, like, okay, just so I can get through the book. Anyway, the plot is good. It's just those parts that I'm just like, ooh, that's a lot. It's a lot. So it's up to you guys if you want to read this or not, but I still enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. I really did enjoy this book. Just a little bit less steamy, but not to each their own, right? the last book that I'm going to be telling you guys about is If I Never Met You by Mihari McFarlane. I am sorry. I don't do names very well, and I know I keep saying that for like each cut and every book that I talk about, but I am just not good with names. So, let's get into the plot. Laurie's partner of over like a decade ends things. That's kind of like really, really harsh to deal with. And they both work at the same law firm, so they have to see each other. Not too long after the split, Laurie's ex has a girlfriend, and she's pregnant. And one of the things that he tells her, you know, why he wants to end things is because he doesn't want kids. And then you go and you impregnate this chick. So Laurie's pissed. I'm pissed. Because if that were to happen to me, oh yeah, there would be fire around the dude, you know? Well, not really, but you know, I wouldn't be too happy about it either. So Laurie is not happy with this. So she has enough. And she encounters the law firm's playboy due to a broken down elevator. So her and him are stuck in an elevator and they got to know each other. The guy's name is Jamie. I really, really enjoy Jamie's character, for sure. But let's continue on with the thing. So anyway, Jamie wants to impress the higher bosses and show them that he is an adult, basically. He's more dependable, respectful, and he needs a good girlfriend. And Laurie is a goody two-shoes, kind of. That's just the best way that I could explain it. She's a goody two-shoes. I'm a goody two-shoes. And she would impress the bosses if she were to be in a relationship with him. And being in a relationship with him would also make Laurie's exes jealous. So they come together, they come up with this plan to fake date. So I did enjoy this book. This was also a fast read for me. I did like Jamie, and the reason why I like Jamie is because he's not like a typical playboy. He's actually like very nice, he's respectful, you know, he's funny, and I just don't see that in a playboy. So that caught me off guard, which is nice. You catch me off guard, I'm gonna enjoy this even more. So, and I like Laurie. I feel for Laurie. I've never like had that kind of a relationship dump and things like that in any way. You know, I mean, breakups are hard, but that's a low blow. So I did feel for her. I just wished that the story's ending felt like a little bit rushed. But overall, this was a really good read. This was like a high 3. A lot of these are like high 3 reads. Like, again, very close to 4. So I am very glad that I got to read all these. And there you have it. Those are my 5 May reads. And if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new and you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I am very much of a weirdo and not great in front of the camera, so I'm hoping the videos are going to get a lot better. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!